this video, I have explained about long-term capital gain and short-term capital gain and its procedure for computation. And now we will discuss about the exemption of capital gain under section 54. The exemption under section 54 of capital gains is related to the transfer of residential house property and investing in new residential house property. Already you have an existing house property, that particular house property is sold and a new residential property is purchased. For that you can claim an exemption under section 54 of capital gains. Here we will see some of the conditions which has to be fulfilled to claim the exemption. The exemption can be claimed only by an individual and Hindu undivided family. The capital asset transferred or sold during the relevant previous year. Here the assessment year is 2019-20. So our previous year will be 2018-19. So the asset should be sold in the relevant previous year, means the asset sold in the year 2018-19 should be a residential house property. The house property transferred should be a long-term capital asset. The seller should purchase a new residential house either at least 1 year before the date of transfer, that is of existing residential property. It is at least 1 year before the date of transfer, means date of sale of the existing residential property, or within 2 years after the date of transfer of existing residential property. Here date of transfer means sale of the existing residential property, or construction of another house should be completed within 3 years after the sale of long-term capital asset. The three conditions here which is mentioned are: the seller should purchase a new residential house either at least 1 year before the date of transfer, or within 2 years after the date of transfer, or construction of another house should be completed within 3 years after the sale of long-term capital asset. Now let us see what is the amount of exemption which can be claimed under section 54. If the whole capital gain is reinvested in new house, that is if the house has been sold, existing house is sold, and if a new house is purchased, in that case full invested amount is exempted from tax. The second one, if partly invested, if the cost of the house sold is around 50 lakhs, in that case 25 lakhs alone is invested. In that case, balance of that is 25 lakhs amount balance will be the capital gain which will be chargeable to tax. Amount spent partly on purchase of a house and partly on further construction, the exemption is available on both the amounts. And we have deposit in capital gain account scheme under section 54 subsection 2. If the amount of capital gain is not utilized by the assessee, he can deposit the amount in capital gain account scheme in any public sector banks except rural branches before the due date of filing income tax return. In this case also he can claim an exemption under certain conditions. The amount deposited or invested in capital gain account scheme should be utilized within 2 years to purchase a new residential house, or utilized within 3 years for the construction of a new house property. The new residential house should not be sold within a period of 3 years from the date of its purchase or construction, otherwise entire amount is taxable. Amount of exemption which can be claimed under the scheme is the already utilized amount for reinvestment in a new house together with the amount of deposit will be treated as cost of new house. So this will I'll explain with the help of problem to understand it better. Compute the taxable capital gain from the particulars given below for the assessment year 2019-20. Net sale consideration of residential house is 40 lakhs on 26/10/2018. Cost of acquisition of for the house on 1/8/2012 is rupees 8,27,500, and new residential house acquired on 2nd December 2018 for 17,24,500. If we see the problem, we can see that the asset was purchased on 1/8/2012 and it was sold on 26/10/2018. It means it's a long-term capital asset because it is held for more than 3 years. So the condition is fulfilled. First we will calculate the long-term capital gain for this. So net computation of long-term capital gain for assessment year 2019-20. Net sale consideration, which is 40 lakhs less index cost of acquisition. Index I've already mentioned how to calculate the index cost. So 8,27,500 is the cost of the house. You are given cost of inflation index for the current year as well as the base year. So here cost of inflation index for 26/10/2018 is 280 divided by cost of inflation index for the purchase year is 200. So if you calculate this, you get 11,58,500. So the long term capital gain is, if you deduct index cost from the net sale consideration, you get the long term capital gain of 28,41,500. Here again we can see for the exemption which can be claimed. Under section 54, the house was sold on 26/10/2018 and a new residential house was acquired on 2nd December 2018. So within 2 months itself, the new house is purchased. It means that this particular house, you can claim an exemption under section 54. So here we can deduct the amount. The cost of new residential houses 17,24,500. If you deduct this from the long-term capital gain, you get the taxable long-term capital gain of 11,17,000. One more problem. From the following information, compute taxable capital gain of Mr. Sendil for the previous year 2019. For the residential house, year of purchase is given 1977-78 and cost of acquisition is given 22,000. Fair market value on 1/4/2001 is rupees 40,000. Cost of improvement is given for 78-79 as 5,000. Cost of improvement for 2002 to 2003 is given as 3,000. Date of sale is 15/3/2019. Sale consideration rupees 20 lakhs. Selling expenses is given. Purchase of constructed house on 24/2019 is rupees 1 lakh. Here amount deposited in capital account scheme is also given as rupees 30,000. So here what we can see is, first we will see the sale consideration. How much is the sale for computation of long-term capital gain? By seeing the question itself, we can understand that the house was purchased on 1977-78 and it was sold on 15/3/2019. So it's a long-term capital asset. So for long-term capital asset, can write it as computation of taxable long-term capital gain of residential house. So sale consideration, here the sale consideration is 20 lakhs. From this you deduct the selling expenses of 5,000, which gives you a net sale consideration of 19,95,000. Then we have, as this is a long-term capital asset, we have to do indexing for both cost of purchase as well as cost of improvement. So here cost of purchases, if we see here, the year of purchase is 1977-78, but you are given the FMV value of 1/4/2001 as 40,000. Here the higher amount is 40,000, fair market value of 1/4/2001. So we have to take this into consideration. So here 40,000 into say into 280 divided by 100, that gives you 1,12,000. The same way we have to find out cost of improvement. Cost of improvement for 1978-79 has to be ignored, and only 2002 to 2003 has to be taken into consideration. So 3,000 into 280 divided by 105, it is 8,000. So total index cost is 1,20,000. If you deduct 1,20,000 from net sale consideration of 19,95,000, you get the long-term capital gain of 18,75,000. Now we will see in the problem, the date of sale is 15/3/2019, but a new house was purchased on 24/2019. So within a year itself, the new house is purchased. Within 2 years you can purchase. Here within a year itself a new house is purchased. So you can, for the new house, you can claim an exemption under section 54. Again, this amount was deposited in capital gain account scheme. Capital gain account scheme, 30,000 was deposited. So total cost of the house, as we have seen in the provision, 1 lakh plus 30,000. 1,30,000. This 1,30,000, if you deduct it from long-term capital gain of 18,75,000, you get the taxable long-term capital gain as 17,45,000. One more problem. Mr. Kannan is the owner of a house property which is purchased in June 2006 for 90,000. He sold it for 60,10,000 on 15th May 2018 and incurred an expenditure of rupees 10,000 for the brokerage. He bought a residential house on 15 January 2018 for the sum of rupees 2,50,000 and sold this house on 15th March 2019 for the sum of rupees 3 lakhs and paid a sum of rupees 3,000 as commission. Compute capital gain chargeable to tax. First, let us find out the long-term capital gain. If we see the problem here, the house was sold on 15th May 2018 and during the sale, brokerage was incurred, expenses on sale, that is incurred as 10,000. So 60 lakhs 10,000 minus expenses on transfer of 10,000, which gives you a net sale consideration of 60 lakhs. As this is a long-term capital asset, we have to find out the index cost of acquisition. So here the purchase of asset cost is 90,000 into 280. The sale year is for the 2018-19, the index is 280, and for the purchase year, the index cost is index is 122. So 90,000 into 280 by 122, you get 2,06,557. If you deduct this index cost from the net sale consideration, you get the long-term capital gain. Again, we can see here in the problem that he brought a residential house on 15 January 2018 for the sum of rupees 2,50,000. He sold the existing house for 60,10,000 and he has purchased one more house on 15th January 2018. So he has purchased the house before before he sold the existing house within a year itself. So again he can claim a exemption under section 54. So purchase of new residential houses, cost of purchase is 2,50,000. So if you deduct that from the long-term capital gain, you get the taxable long-term gain of 55,43,443. We have given one more step. He brought a residential house on 15 January 2018 for a sum of rupees 2,50,000 and sold this house on 15th March 2019. So the new asset which he has purchased, he has sold that asset also within a year itself. In that case, he has sold the asset which leads to a short-term capital gain. So we can compute the short-term capital gain. Sale consideration is 3 lakhs. From that, if we deduct the expenses of transfer of rupees 3,000, we get the taxable short-term gain of rupees 2,07,000. Next, problem number 4. Mr. A owns a residential house in Orissa. From the following information, compute the amount taxable capital gain for the assessment year 2019-20. Cost of construction is given 2008-9 and cost of addition and improvement is given 2009-10. Sale consideration 10th October 2018, 1 crore 80 lakhs. So here we can very well know that this is a long-term capital asset. Expenses of transfer is given. First we will find out the long-term capital gain for the problem. So sale consideration, as usual, we will write the sale consideration 1 crore 80 lakhs. From that, if we deduct the expenses on transfer of 80,000, we get 1 crore 79 lakh 20,000. Here cost of construction is given, that is index cost of acquisition is 16 lakhs. We will find out by indexing, we get 32 lakh 70,072. At the same time, for addition of and improvement also you are given for the year 2009-2010. So we will index it as well. We will get 15 lakh 13,512. We add up both, we get 47 lakh 83,584. If we deduct it from debt sale consideration, we get the long-term capital gain of 1 crore 31 lakhs 36,416. Cost of new house purchased in Hyderabad is on 15 January 2019. You can see here that the existing house was sold on 10th October 2018 and a new house was purchased on 15 January 2019. The new house can be purchased within 2 years, but this house has been purchased within a year itself. So this person, Mr. A, is eligible to get the exemption under section 54. So cost of purchase of new residential houses 20 lakhs. And amount deposited in capital account scheme is 16 lakhs. We can see here that this amount has been deposited within the period of the filing the return. So again he can claim the amount as deduction as well. So 20 lakhs plus 16 lakhs, if we add both together, is the cost of the new residential house which he can claim the deduction. So totally it is 36 lakhs. From long-term capital gain of 1 crore 31 lakhs 36,416, if we deduct 36 lakhs, we get the taxable long-term capital gain of 95 lakhs 36,416. One more point is given here in the question. An amount of rupees 12 lakh is withdrawn from capital gain account scheme on 12th May 2021 and utilized for completion of the house. So the capital gain amount, he has deposited the capital gain amount of 16 lakh during the year 2019, But again he has withdrawn the amount on 12th May 2021. So what we have to do is he can claim the we have to find out the deemed long-term capital gain for the assessment year 2022-23. Amount already deposited in capital gain accounting scheme is 16 lakh. From that, the amount withdrawn to complete the construction of the house is 12 lakh. If we deduct this, we get the deemed long-term capital gain of 4 lakh for the year 2022-23 assessment year. With this, the provisions of section 54 exemptions under capital gain is over. You can refer these books in case if you want to do more problems.